and welcome to This Week in Metropolis. The other day I was chatting to an old friend of mine, and we were talking about hair, and we were talking about this friend of his, but he said everybody wants to know her name.
Really?
That girl with 5 colours in her hair. Who knew?
The latest pop culture news with your hosts, James and Matt. Welcome to This Week in Metropolis.
What is up, people of Metropolis? Welcome to another episode, and we are delighted to be joined by, yes, you've probably seen it in the description, it's another one of my barbers, but he's from the same barbershop, so it's all relative. He might as well be the same person. No, he's not really. It's my good friend Simon. Welcome, Simon.
Hi everyone, how you doing? Thanks for having me on.
You are more than welcome, and thank you for joining us. And
I'm looking forward to just to dwell on that point of James Barber. I'm looking forward to when we have your I don't know, like urologist or someone like that on there.
My therapist. We're just
you're getting through them.
I thought you was going to say we're looking forward to the moment I take my hat off and I'm now bald. This is what he done.
That's why he's wearing a hat in the first place. There's a reason.
No. It's got home from work, put the kids to bed. Time was running out, and I just felt I need to get changed, get a hat on. So I looked a bit of a state. So before we get started in our chat with Simon, let's find out what you're drinking tonight, guys.
I'll let Matt go first.
I am drinking Hazy Jane Guava.
Ooh. Simon?
It's much better than mine, to be fair. Well, I've been going for a sweeter thing recently because I've had too much IPA recently, and I've decided, this one's got a part of the box on it. Let me get a better one. I've gone for Inches cider apple. Oh, you can't see it really.
No,
Inches
I can.
apple cider.
Yes,
very nice.
That's a good little brand. That is. I do like it. Yeah.
I'm also going down the Brewdog route this evening. I've got one that I haven't tried before. Silk Road.
What on earth is that?
Like a lychee and mango hazy IPA.
Sounds nice.
Mango.
You look disgusted at the thought of mango.
Yeah, I'll let you be the judge of that one.
Spit in the face of people who like mango.
A hot cross bun beer the other day.
Honestly, it was incredible. Sorry, you're getting really bad feedback on me pouring a beer.
Sounds lovely. The
ASMR. Simon, I obviously know you as my current barber after you replaced my last barber who's gone back to being a doctor. But other than our chats that we have, and we do have top chats, I might add, and that's what I love about a good barber. For me, you could literally, I could come out there and go, "What has he done with my hair?" I don't care. It was a great chat, but thankfully, I get the good hair and the good chat. But there's so much actually after I and Matt looked at your actual Instagram, your personal one, with your background that I wasn't aware of. So we discussed a little bit about kind of your video editing and some of the videos you used to make on Twitch and things like that. But also skateboarding. Bit of skateboarding.
Yeah.
In a band or bands?
I'm currently in 3 bands. Yeah.
3 bands. All playing the same instrument?
Yeah, all of the same instrument. Yeah. I'm a drummer. Yeah.
So I'm really keen. We've got a few people I can already see in the chat, so I'm pumped that there's already some punk lads. Simon is
punk lad.
Yeah, like
love you, punk.
But we've also got Triple G's in the house. That hair is glorious. Matt's
Triple
obvious.
G.
Triple G's a legend. Shane from Dawn of Comics is here. Happy Tuesday, gentlemen. We've got Quinton Chaos 1. What up, Els? Simon,
Els is my other half, and he knows. Yeah.
Nice.
And can just say Triple G is drinking cherry bakewell cider. That sounds nice.
That sounds nice. And I love a cherry
Bakewell
bakewell
cider.
Yeah, I love a cherry bakewell.
Interesting.
But listen, viewers, get your questions in. We've got another new person here. Blame Dean, talented man, our side.
There you go.
Oh yeah, gonna be a
You
busy
brought your
night.
fan club with you.
You brought
the fan club. Yeah, not all clients, but yeah, I paid these guys separately.
So where do you want to start? Where did it begin? Was it in the music first? Because we're going to touch upon music, we're going to touch upon gaming, we're going to touch upon movies, but where did it begin for you? What was the kind of, I don't know, where it all started? Was it gaming?
Yeah, so gaming has always been a big part of my life since I was about 7 years old, I would say. We had an N64. I even had the SNES before that.
Yeah,
and played so many games, and I was the only one. I've got 3 siblings, but I was the only one out of all of them that just continuously played, video games. And I kind of started to stir away from playing outside and riding bikes and things to like, I literally just want to game all the time. Was straight away, and I loved the single player games. And then because there was so many of us and we could all play 4-player, so when GoldenEye came out, it was like,
what a game.
You just did not see any of us go outside from that point on, because we were constantly playing that against each other. And it just reminds me of the new Call of Duty games and things like that. So it's that's a game that really kind of resonates like quite loudly within my background, even though I can't stand Call of Duty now. Absolutely.
Really?
I was going to ask you about
I
that,
hate
actually. Do you miss the story modes in games? Because that's one big thing for me. Everything's online now.
Ever since online competitive gameplay came out, I've gone away from single player games. I could probably put in, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours on a single player game and then just start to get bored, because I've noticed that a lot of single player games, you kind of do the same thing and it's very repetitive. Yeah, and unless it's a game like say like Skyrim or Fallout or something like that, where you've got like a lot of side quests and little things still on the side and lots of Easter eggs and whatnot, I lose interest so quickly. So there's only a few games that I've managed to complete recently. The last one I actually completed was Hellblade. If you've ever played that one,
heard of it?
Yeah, it's a really cool game about a Viking woman who has what's it called when you hear different voices and
it's like
schizophrenia. Yeah, so she suffers from that, and they've actually made it based off of someone who actually has it. So they've taken all of like the ideas and things like that from someone who actually suffers from it, and then like put it into a game. And it's one of the most amazing games you'd actually ever play. I highly recommend it. It's only about 7 hours long, so it's really good for someone like me, because it keeps you interacted all the time, and it has like almost like a Tomb Raider feel about it as well.
Okay.
So if you're looking for like a super nice, easy, 7-hour gameplay game, I highly recommend that. But yeah, competitive gameplay is where it is for me, 100%. So I like games that make me feel miserable. I think that's the thing.
So, in the sense that they punish you.
You just feel bad about yourself at the end of it, because you're so bad compared to like all of the kids that are up and coming with video games now. You get like an older dude that just has really bad reaction times, and you're just trying your hardest to keep up and you just can't. So
which games in particular would you say?
Okay. Some guys in the chat will know. It's Rocket League is probably the biggest heartbreak.
Love Rocket League. Love Rocket League. But you find I find with Rocket League, like, I remember my eldest got into it, and that was probably, I don't know, 2018, maybe, something like that. So a little while ago. And we'd play it and we'd sort of muddle our way through. Now, like, just the when a game is getting older and whatever, the level of sort of gameplay, when you watch the pros play it, it's just madness. I mean, do you air dribble and all of the stuff like that?
Yeah.
I like to try and get fancy with it, but most of the time I just miss the ball and fly off into the sunset.
It's so fun though.
It reminds me, Matt, we set up a team, didn't we? There was you, me, and question mark, and we
Essex boys,
the Essex boys, and for a period of time, we were actually starting to get quite good, but not to a point. It was all the basic stuff. We were never, and this was the thing. When you get into like the really competitive levels of, I think they're down as competitive match, aren't they, or whatever. And literally, we were driving around and there's geezers flying all over us. And we were like, what is going on here? And I watched some of them videos. Like, I remember you showing me some, Matt, where there's people that barely are on the floor in that game. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's very much like that. That the higher you get in the ranking system, the more crazy it gets. And it's the same with any game that you play. I'm sure if you picked up a game like Counter-Strike that's been out for 10 plus years, and you're a beginner, and then you get stuck in a game with someone who knows everything about the map, you're just going to get decimated. And that's just the same with Fortnite's the same. That's a game that terrifies me. I don't really go near that anymore, just because you've got all of these like 12-year-olds that just absolutely kill everyone, and you're just like, I don't even know what happened.
I remember my brother, who's half my age. And he's not half my age. That's a bit obscene. But anyway, he's a lot younger than me. And I remember years ago playing on a Call of Duty or something like that. I can't remember which one it was. And there's me thinking, big older brother, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'll find you. Bang, 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 dead. And literally, he was just taking me out one shot every time. And I was just like, what is going on? I cannot see. Even though we were split screen, I still couldn't see where he was. It was ridiculous. And like you said, it's the youngsters that are coming through. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So
well, I do remember when you were around mine last year and you was fighting for your life on FIFA.
But I still won
against my boys. It was. And
I can't remember how your boy was then 6. What I can't remember.
What, Leo? No,
I'm joking.
He would have been 9.
Yeah.
He nearly had you.
Nearly.
Just in terms of competitive gaming, just share a story that Fuzzy Domlot has posted. He lost his new school jacket in a Mario Kart bet in secondary school. There you go. That's,
and me and since watching the Super Mario Brothers movie, we've borrowed off of question mark a classic SNES, which was one of I had the NES. That was my first one. Then I had the SNES. And we've been playing, me and my son have been playing classic Mario Kart. And what a game. I absolutely love that game. Like all of them, just retro games, man. I love how they come back round eventually.
Yeah, especially with like the racing games like that. I recently got the Disney one that came out, Speed Storm or something like that. Yeah, and it's not Mario Kart. They tried to do it exactly the same thing, but it just doesn't have that Mario Kart finesse. I don't think anything will ever top Mario Kart. It's been such a good game and a classic game for such a long time. From the SNES times. It was even good on the SNES, and I don't think it will ever be topped. They could just kind of remake it every single year. Just like a football game, and they'll still sell out. It's such a good classic game that you can't get wrong with it.
I think we're probably due a new one. I would have thought as well. It's been a little while since. Was it 8 the last one? I can't remember the number.
It's on the Switch.
I think it is 8. Yeah, when Switch first released, right?
Yeah, I think it was. It's been quite a while now. So yeah, it's fantastic.
So
we need a double dash.
I think from our discussions that we've had, Si, in the shop, you're more of a PC gamer, am I right?
Absolutely, yeah. PC Master Race.
So have you got your kind of go-to games on PC, or is the ones that you mentioned earlier? Are they
yeah, pretty much that. I've recently gotten into Valorant. Started playing that. Not very good at it, but learning and seeing how we
Learning.
go. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Rocket League's a big one. PGA Tour. Been playing PGA Tour.
Interesting.
Yeah, 2023. That's pretty good. I suck at that. I didn't realize how hard it would be. You basically get given this like little sliver, this little line you pull down your thumbstick, and then you have to flick up. But depending on how fast you do it and what angle, it determines what your swing's going to be like. And yeah, it's the hardest thing. Just to draw a straight line with your thumb it's the most difficult thing ever.
But even golf game, I remember having like a Tiger Woods one back in the day, and that literally just used to be direct him left or right, whichever angle, wait for it to hit. You had like a power and then like a green zone for accuracy.
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah. But just trying to hit a straight line.
Yeah. You rather than like pressing like X or A or whatever your button's going to be, you just flick it down and up, and then But I like to call it the wang shot. I always do the wang shot because I do this and then I go like right or something for some reason, and it just flies off into the distance.
That's what I do in real life if I ever attempt to play a bit of golf.
You're good at doing the wanger.
Shot.
Yeah.
You wanger.
Have you not been tempted then to, as you're in the PC master race, to go to the keyboard or mouse master race? That sort of...
Yeah, I'm pretty much there with my shooter games. Definitely. Yeah. I can't play shooter games with a controller. I've recently broken my Xbox controller. I do have an Xbox Series S. It just collects dust these days, to be fair. But yeah, I've got one of the controllers that I've broken now because I've overused it for the PC. And Els, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to buy another one. It's gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, a lot of them, they're mouse and keyboard. As many games as I can play, I'll play mouse and keyboard. But unless it's a game like Elden Ring or something like that, then we'll switch over to controller.
And do you map your keyboard and all the buttons and everything to your preference with it?
Yeah. I've got like my mouse is like it's a Razer mouse, and it's got like a couple of buttons on it. It's got like 5 buttons extra on it. I mean, I'm sure there's some people in the chat that are going to have like 50 buttons on their mouse. But I always, change those, especially with like for things like Discord. They're really easy to map out because then if you don't want to hear someone, swearing repeatedly down the microphone because they
in Italian or something.
Yeah. I'll make sure I just have one on the mouse just so I can just like mute it, and then. Yeah, exactly. You've gone quiet for a little bit, Simon. Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, it's all good.
I've watched my oldest play. Oh God, what's it called? It's a shooter. I can't remember what the game is, but sort of hearing him play and having like some fairly toxic European players, he just. Like going on in the background, man. That's too much.
Yeah. We had that. I'm playing a lot of iRacing at the moment, so I've got my steering wheel and the whole setup there. And you get a lot of like Spanish players, for example, playing that, and the whole race they'll just be yelling at people, and you're like, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, everyone
if
here.
It's to me, I'm sorry. Yeah,
exactly. There's pretty much. It's just like I have no idea what's going on, but I'm probably in your way and crashing into you a lot. But yeah, it's just how it is. You have to deal with it.
With your love of gaming, Si, I'm guessing that's where your kind of Twitch. Did you jump on the Twitch bandwagon when that kind of first started?
No, so Twitch. I can't remember what Twitch was called. Something else a long time ago. It had like a really weird name, like James's Space or something. Justin TV, yeah. James's Space. Where did I get that from? Justin TV.
That's
exactly. Are you sure you didn't start it? I don't know.
Pretty big deal.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Cool. I missed that end of it, but I was on it for a good 4.5 years. I would say 4 years. Yeah, and trying to make something of it, but it's a dangerous hobby to pick up, especially if it's like a hobby / workspace, because then you miss out on important things in real life as well, which is something I've really noticed. So, there was times where I was putting like 16 plus hours, like gaming all day, eating on stream and everything like that.
Crazy.
And the return rate isn't quite as what it should be compared to someone who might just do, 2 evenings for like 4 hours or something like that. It just depends on what content you're putting out and what people are attracted to, and whether you can maintain that kind of interest throughout. And
does it become quite addictive?
Absolutely. Yeah. I could easily say I was addicted to it when I was really into it. Yeah, absolutely. Like I missed out on like really important things like birthdays and whatnot, family get-togethers and things like that. Yeah, because I wanted to keep the schedule, so you're like, I've got the schedule, I'm going to be doing this. If you miss the schedule, then people lose interest very quickly, and then
it's mad, isn't it?
You've been pushed back again. Yeah, so it's sad I've done that for such a long time.
What was your inspiration to do it? Was it just to share in the games you was playing, or was it for a career, like as such, in terms of a job?
Yeah, so I was working at Costa at the time, and one of my friends who I worked with was just like, hey, I'm like streaming, I think it was PUBG at the time. He was like, I'm going to stream PUBG, do you want to like come along and watch it? And I was like, what the hell is that? Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. He went, yeah, just go on Twitch and like have a look. And I watched it and I was like, this looks like so much fun. I've got to get in on this basically. So straight after, watching him play, I just set up my own Twitch account and then had a little go. It wasn't until so I'm like a typical millennial with like the high anxiety and things like that. So I lost my job from Costa due to anxiety. And then that gave me the space to kind of look further into Twitch. And then that's when it really
commit
got me.
A bit more time to it.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's when I started buying all the monitors and the gear and everything, and put a lot into it. And it felt really good, doing that. And you're building up your equipment just through people donating to you and things like that. It's really cool. Amazing. So to this day, like most of my stuff has been bought by other people, basically. From me just playing video games, which is really cool.
Which is pretty cool, yeah.
It is, yeah. But then again, like so much you sacrifice for that to then still not really do it in the future. I think you've just got to be so committed, or you've got to have a really good business plan, a really good like idea of where you want to be, like set yourself a goal. Like they always say, write down the 3 things that you want to achieve within a year or something, and then push for that. I didn't do that.
Really interesting. It's really interesting because, again, it's funny because by the sounds of it, I mean, obviously doing a podcast, we never had the vision to do it for making money. It was purely for the enjoyment of catching up, having a random chat, and other people getting involved. And it's grown its own legs here, there, and everywhere. But at the same time, it sounds like with the Twitch stuff, you almost have to be committed if that's, like you say, the drive to succeed on it as such. That's a bit cheesy, isn't it? Drive to succeed. I'm sure that's a TV show or something, but drive to survive that is. But anyway, like you said, if you miss one show, it could absolutely derail you, and then you've got to pick yourself back up and start again.
It's so hard. Yeah, if you miss that one stream, it can really take everything away from you, basically. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about something that I know Matt's really keen to know about. You mentioned at the start of the show you're in 3 bands at the moment. Did you say?
Yep. So 3 bands.
Tell us about the bands and how that got started.
Cool. It's a weird one, really. So I've got 2 brothers. I've got an older brother and a younger brother. We've always wanted to be in a band together. They both play guitar. They both also play drums. I could never learn guitar. So I just went with the easy thing and was just like, I'm going to do drums. And they were like, we've got like, a couple of guys who are interested in doing a band, and they want to do like 90s grunge cover bands, and I was like, that sounds really cool. Like, I'm down for that. So we started doing that, and we've only ever had 1 gig, and it was a headline gig. and it was a free one, which is, you know, it was fine. It was great, you know, get a couple of beers and stuff. But we actually managed to make such a profit for the pub that night that we ended up getting paid for it anyway. So we got quite a bit of money for that, which was quite nice. And that like just went back into our band practices, you know, and we just had a bunch of band practices for free, which is really nice. So that's been a lot of fun. We've been doing like early 2000s like new metal as well, so like Nine Inch Nails, and we even do Slipknot Duality, songs like that. So we're kind of going from like the Pearl Jam era to like a bit further up, a bit more technical, which is cool. I've always been like a metal drummer and like a pop punk kind of drummer as well, so I can play fast and loud, and Slipknot sounds, you know, it fits me. Whether we play it well or not, that would be for someone else to judge.
If anyone in the chat has seen Cyan's
please let us know.
Then I've got a ska band who are just starting up. I'm surprised I haven't been kicked out of that band yet, to be fair. I've only turned up to like 2 or 3 band practices. And
is it because you're so good that you don't really need the practice, that you can just turn up and go, whatever.
Tell me when there's a gig. I'll be there.
Pretty much. Let me put my crown on, you know, and everything. I'll be fine. Got a cape in the back. That's fine. Those guys work really hard on their stuff, to be fair, and they're a bunch of really good lads. I am just terrible at being organized, I think. So I'm that one band member where they're always like, oh, he's not going to make it again, you know, but it is what it is, I guess. But they're really good. They're more like Less Than Jake, you know, that kind of stuff. Less Than Jake. Who's the band that done Sellout? Is it Real Big Fish?
I think so.
Real Big Fish. So they sound like that kind of thing, really. So they're a bit more like poppy, like ska, not like the original, you know, 80s ska or whatever.
Not the Specials, more
not the Specials,
sort of, late 90s, 2000s sort of stuff.
I would have actually really liked to be in a band like the Specials. So if anyone's looking for a drummer that's like not really dedicated, pretty slacked,
that can play fast and loud if you need it.
Exactly. And then in a band that actually we formed through the barber shop, funnily enough. I cut a couple of guys' hair, and they seem to play a couple of instruments that, you know, we're all into like the same kind of music. And they want to do stuff like it's more like punk music, but like with an influence of like rock in there as well. So I can't really think of another band that really sounds like the stuff we're doing, to be fair.
But that's kind of good, isn't it? If you
Go on, Chase.
I was just gonna say, if you sound quite unique and you can't compare it to someone, I mean, it's handy to say, we sound like, I don't know, Good Charlotte or Green Day or whoever. But if you've got something that's quite unique, that I think that means you're going to stand out a bit more.
Yeah.
As long as it's not for the wrong reasons.
Exactly.
The combo is so off.
That's it. It just sounds awful. Like, to us it sounds great. We're always drinking whilst we're doing it, so it sounds amazing whilst we're drinking. It's fine. So cheers.
Where does your musical taste lie then? Because it's quite a few variations of rock. Does that cover the spectrum of what you're into, or is it just completely different?
Can I be that guy and just say
I like all music? I
kind of like all music. It could be.
I'm that guy too. Don't worry.
Yeah, it could be drum and bass. It could be soul, jazz, death metal, mathcore, whatever. Like I'm into it. Classical, not so much classical, I suppose. So not everything, but a little bit of classical. Beethoven was pretty. He was like the original metalhead. If you listen to his stuff, it's like
he's not a bad guy.
Yeah,
not much call for a drummer. No, in that.
No, it's not very. It's not that loud and that fast, but it'll do.
Well, Si, I know you had some questions for us this evening. So before we get to the anniversary spread, which we'll wrap up the show with, because there's a few people in this chat that I know love the anniversary spread, and there's a few that are gonna love it. So they'll be here next week checking out the anniversary spread for next week. But what did you have up your sleeve for us, Simon?
Yeah, so I did get some quizzes put together, but I feel like maybe we should skip over those for now. Like, if we've got time, we maybe could do them. But I've got a couple of general questions anyway.
We end in a quiz, so it's probably.
So we're not. Yeah, we won't bother with the quizzes then. So
Scrap
then, get rid of it, delete it.
Next time, Simon.
We could do it next time, couldn't we? Absolutely.
Next time when Simon's here,
we'll do the quiz special.
Only if you're still his barber, though. Just remember that.
It'd be a bit awkward.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you for a while, James.
Where is he here? He's not here, is he?
Who's
He's
that?
not here. It's fine. James. Not James. Jack.
Jack. No, Jack's not. Sadly not.
That's a shame.
It's been a while.
Right. Yeah, I got a few questions for him.
Where
did he go? What happened?
Bloody how are you, Jack?
Now I've got to do the bloody podcast for you, mate. Jeez, slacking. Right. Right. So some of these are going to be, about gaming. There's a couple of music ones. There's things that I thought off the top of my head just earlier. So I thought I'd ask you guys a question. So first of all, I've got. What was the first game you guys received for Christmas?
Together?
Together.
Joint gift.
Did you ever receive a game for Christmas?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I got one from Matt for Christmas last year, which was Avengers.
Was it Avengers?
He got me Avengers, yeah. He can't even remember. That's how bad Matt's memory is. He got me Avengers.
I was thinking it was Guardians in the Galaxy, but
no, it was Avengers.
You sure you've not got it wrong?
No, I borrowed Guardians off of Mark.
That's a good pick.
I think the first one I got was Turtles on the NES. On NES, should I say?
Nice.
For Christmas, which was brutally hard, but that's a good game if you want to be punished and made feel weak.
Yeah,
I'm sure it was that. Probably, yeah.
Is that the one where, like, if you get hit, then they shout shell shocked? Is it that one?
Yeah, I think.
No, isn't that the multiplayer one?
Yeah,
where it's a bit like that's a bit like.
It was called Turtles in Time on the SNES.
This one was a side scroller, right? You're thinking of the side scroller.
Yeah. Side scroller, but then
to
get between levels, you go up a ladder, and then there's a bit where there's sort of trucks and that driving around, and if you pop your head out and you get hit by a truck and that sort of things,
dead.
Man, I forgot about that game. What game?
Yeah,
that's good. How about you, Si?
I didn't think about answering that.
Skip.
Yeah, I can't remember. That was a long time ago. Probably like a demo or something. If you had a choice, of letters to replace of the Xbox controller, what would the letters be?
What a question! All of them. I hate the Xbox. I'd have an S, a H, an I, and a T.
Yeah, nice.
Or to reference what you said earlier, WANG. I think it'd be
wang. Yeah, wang it all the way. Yeah. Nice. I'd probably just have like a sad face in that area, in the general area, because I know I'm going to lose all my games anyway. So. Just be greeted with what you're going to end with.
It can't be that bad.
Come on, yeah.
All right, okay. So, also a replacing question. If you had to replace...
Who would I replace as the other host of This Week in Metropolis? Who are we...
maybe, there are spaces open if anyone does want to join in.
Some generic bald man. You just slot in.
You should do that. You should see if you can find like a doppelganger.
Yeah,
and then
there's loads, mate. Jason Statham, I watched him the other night. He'd slip straight in. No one would even notice.
Yeah.
I'll give him a call, mate. I've got his number. I do his hair.
Mate, it's me, Matt.
His hair. Nice.
If you had to replace a character from one video game with a different character from another video game, which 2 characters would you swap roles?
Ooh.
I think in Mario, Toad is the main character. So I think Toad's really cool.
And then
So
just Mario
swap
in the background.
Mario and Toad.
Kind of...
Mario's just incidental. He crops up and
around.
says a few words now and again, but Toad's the man.
Oh.
It's not a bad one, really.
Yeah.
I'd probably put Lara Croft in Street Fighter and replace her.
Ooh.
She'd be great in Street Fighter,
Yeah.
wouldn't she?
She'd be really good, wouldn't she?
You can't
Chuck
replace
out-
Chun-Li though.
No, I wouldn't. No, not Chun-Li, but Sonya. Sonya, come on.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
pretty shit.
It's
Sorry,
really good.
Sonya, if you're listening. It's just because the name as well. It just reminds me of EastEnders, Sonya. You know what I'm on about,
Yeah.
Sonya.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no input on that whatsoever. I'm
Sorry.
going to stay away from that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please do.
So I've got a couple of music questions for you.
Yes.
So what was the first tape or CD that you ever purchased?
Got it. Got him one. First ever album. You know this, Matt. I've told you it before. First ever album I had. Bryan Adams. So Far, So Good.
Yes. I do. know that.
Legend. Matt's just gone dark. Matt's gone dark.
What happened there? My monitors just turned themselves off. That's why I look panicked, because if it went black and I thought, oh no, it's a computer.
Is it a sign? What was the first album you had? I think you've told me this before.
I probably have, haven't I? I think the first CD I had was Nirvana's Nevermind. I think that was the that I got for Christmas. That would be. But I'm trying to think of cassette. What would the first cassette would have been? I'm not too sure, to be honest. I remember having the Simpsons album. No, actually, I know what the first cassette was, and I think we've talked about this before. Batman soundtrack by Prince was the first soundtrack I had. Oh, the first tape.
Yeah,
I
that's
had,
a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Mine was
Awesome album.
my first tape was Eddie Grant, Electric Avenue.
What a
Nice.
tune. Love that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, there's,
I remember
there's
that
some
one.
great shouts in the chat as well here. El said,
Library Theory.
mate, that is one of my favourite ever albums. Start to finish. I can sing that album from start to finish. No, all the lyrics.
Go.
No, that's not singing. Anyway, Shane, love it. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers album on cassette. Yes.
Nice.
Wow.
I think
Fuzzy
I remember-
Dunlop. PJ Duncan.
Well,
gets
no,
it.
look above. He had the Gladiators TV show album. I need to track that down because I want that now. I have no idea what that's going to sound like, but
Wow.
Wolfman
Yeah,
Solo.
that's-
amazing.
yeah, I can even imagine finding that anywhere. Virgin Megasaurs probably had it, maybe.
Maybe.
I would have thought so.
Maybe.
Yeah. I also had Mr. Blobby on cassette as well, the single.
Blobby,
That was
blobby,
a-
blobby.
Banger. Absolutely banger.
Very,
Banging.
very recently on eBay, someone was selling a Mr. Blobby suit that they were claiming was from like the TV sort
Do you
of
think that's-
originally.
Do you think the value of that's gone up because he was on Britain's Got Talent?
Oh no,
recently?
this was beforehand. And when I was watching it on Britain's Got Talent, I was thinking, do you reckon they bought that off eBay? Because I remember that being for sale. But it
That
was
person.
about, I want to say it was about 15 grand they were trying to sell this thing for. And I was just thinking, wow. Imagine how bad that smells inside like, after all
Yeah,
these
'cause you
years.
can really
It's
wash
just-
it.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah.
After jumping over everything and smashing everything up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, blood,
sweating.
sweat, and
in it.
tears.
Sorry, just killed
Literally.
a fly. Last question from Si. another music one?
Let's go with if you could have a voice like a vocalist, whose vocals would you choose? And you can't choose thingy from Linkin Park. I can't remember his name.
Chester.
Chester.
I was always Mike Shinoda anyway.
Is that your answer? Or
No,
is there another one?
no. If I could have the vocals, no. I mean, he just sounds like me.
Is he?
Lucky guy. Vocals. of
Mine would
anyone.
be Eddie Vedder. Is I'd say from Pearl
yeah.
Jam. I
Yeah.
love his voice. When I had long hair, I used to try and make my hair look like his, but my hair's like dead straight, and it never happened. Yeah,
Do you know what?
first world
Probably
problems.
Prince. You say Prince earlier. Wow.
Oh,
Prince.
Yeah.
What a vocalist. What a man anyway. Like
He can go
absolute-
low, he can go
That's what I was
super
thinking.
high.
I was thinking him or Morrissey.
That's quite a
Morrissey. There's a difference.
Morrissey just sounds like sad. It's,
Yeah.
You know me, Matt.
Oh,
Oh God, it's happening again.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, Mr. Blobby is definitely.
I thought what for you?
Is
Yeah,
that your
absolutely.
answer?
Yeah.
You just haven't hit that blobby tone yet.
No, I'm trying. It's hard. Try it.
It's
Exactly.
blobby, blobby, blobby. Spot on.
Well, yeah. Well. Okay. Whatever.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
it's the moment,
let's hear
Simon, that all the guests that come on our show are waiting
Dreading.
for with high anticipation. They're not even bothered about the chat with us before, and they're going, "Come on, James. Come on, Matt. Hurry up. We want
anniversary spread."
That's right. James T. Keegan there with the there's someone I wouldn't mind his dulcet tones. But it is time for this week's anniversary spread. If you were watching last week, you'll know that Matt, what a game that was last week as well, Matt.
There's about a point
tight.
in it, I think, wasn't there, in the end?
There was a point in it. Are you familiar with the rules of this game, Simon?
No, not at all.
Super fan here. So the anniversary spread, I'll be listing 5 things that are celebrating their anniversary on this day, the 16th of May. So something, could be a film, could be a song, could be a game, could be something random that happened on this day in history. All you've got to guess is what the year was. The winner is the one closest to 0 at the end. It's 5 things. Get your guesses in the chat as well. So, Simon, can you see the chat right now?
I can see the chat. Do you want me to take it away?
No, you can see the chat.
No.
I'm happy for you to use that as a guide if you're not sure.
their...
Sometimes that can help. Sometimes it cannot help. But anyway.
Okay.
We're going to kick off. We always offer the guest to go first. So, Simon, we're kicking off with a film that celebrates. Can I just say as well, today, very popular day. Great films, great songs. Let's go. The first one, Simon. What year did this film celebrate its premiere on the 16th of May? Top Gun. Came out on this day, Matt. Don't say anything, Matt, because I'm guessing you might know.
Wait, repeat the question.
Me and Simon.
Repeat the question for me one more time, please.
What year did Top Gun premiere on this day?
Oh, there's some good answers in chat.
Anniversary spread.
I might. Oh,
live.
We're gonna go. I'm just gonna ignore chat. I'm gonna go 1980. 1988.
Okay, Simon's got 1988. Matt?
I'm going to say 1986, which is slightly against my instincts, but I think it's...
Well, you're open to talk about this at the moment. You're penciling in 86, yeah?
86. A lot of people are saying 87. I think that might be right, but I think it's 86. I think it's a little bit earlier, personally.
Okay. I can reveal that Top Gun, starring Tom Cruise and some other people, was released in 1986. Direct hit for Matt. Yes. So, Simon, you're currently on +2. Matt, you're still on 0. So a good start for Matt. Simon, there's still time, so don't panic. Matt, we switch over to you. You'll be kicking off on this one. Another film released today. What was the year? The Dictator. The Dictator. Do you know the film? You don't need to say any information if you do know it. Because you don't. I do. Give it away. Some guesses coming in. I hope they're genuine guesses. I hope people aren't Googling.
I'm guessing 2013.
I hope you're not Googling, guess. Simon. What are you saying, Matt?
2013 is my guess.
Okay. Have you seen the film?
No, but I think I know the one.
Okay, Simon, are you familiar with it? We'll move over to you. Are you familiar?
I've not seen it,
No, I've not seen it.
but is it the one with the Borat guy in it?
Yeah. As far as I'm aware.
Oh man, I'm gonna be well out.
But now remember, you can play it safe because at the moment you're only 2 out from Matt off the back of the first one. So you can play it safe. Matt said 2013. You could try and keep it tight. Or if you think it's well out there, then you can obviously go with your gut. But it's entirely
I
up
feel
to you.
like, yeah, I feel like it's later, but I'm gonna play safe. I'm gonna say, yeah, 2014.
Okay.
I feel like it's later though.
A couple in the chat, 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was
trying not to look.
guess.
I'm trying not to look at them.
Okay, I can reveal The Dictator, starring Sacha Baron Cohen, was out in 2012. So Matt, you were 1 out. Simon, you were 2 out. So Simon, you're now up to +4. Matt, you're now on +1. So there's only 3 in it. That's tight. So don't panic. Don't panic. We're moving back over to you now, Si. 3 to go. It is another film. What a film.
Another film.
Another film. Star Wars. Attack of the Clones. Are you a Star Wars fan, Simon?
Yeah and no.
You watch them.
I watch them. Yeah, I know a bit of history of them by Attack of the Clones.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like the full CGI, like the newer ones compared to the second lot of series?
I can't
ones?
reveal any information.
Man,
it may give it away. There were some actors in it. I can reveal that.
Just say in the comments, someone's guessed 2055.
That was Quentin Chaos.
Yeah, Quentin Chaos, 2055.
Oh, he's saying the remake. It's fine. He's saying the remake's out then.
I'm
the live action.
There was live action.
I know it was a joke. Come on, man.
2008. That might be way too late. 2008.
Okay.
Oh, that's way late.
Matt, you know the film, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I'm going to say 2002.
Yeah, I think that's closer.
Is that
got to be?
Yes, or are you pretty confident on that?
I'm pretty confident. It's the prequel trilogy, the second of the prequel trilogy.
I can reveal. Star Wars Attack of the Clones came out in 2002. Direct hit again from that. So it does mean that you're now on +10. So I mean, you were 6 out on that one. Matt, you were bang on, so you're still on +1. So there's 9 in it, but Simon's gone. Simon has left the building.
You could still win.
You can still win. And what I will say, Simon, is that usually the person, so we'll come to it in a minute, but the person who is losing, they guess second on the final one, so you know what the difference is. But anyway, Matt, we move over to you for the penultimate one. It's a song which has a bit of a link to today's episode as well, ironically. When Doves Cry by Prince was released on this day, what was the year? Matt's just thinking. I was about 22 then.
Whatever.
Whatevs. Got a full head of hair. Long hair. He did have long hair.
I did have long hair.
Fun fact.
Who's going first?
You're first on this one. It's your turn.
I'm first.
Yeah.
1985.
Confident?
Ish.
Okay. Simon, you know the song?
No.
Prince. I've never done Prince, and Prince has never done me. It's a mutual arrangement. I'm gonna go 80. Wait, no. 8. Oh man, this is hard. 87.
Okay.
Oh, there's a few in chat.
Few in chat. Some have said 85, 84, 89, 88. So there's a good mix.
It was from the Purple Rain album.
So what album? I can reveal the song was released in 1984.
Oh my goodness.
So Matt, you were 1 out, so you're on +2. Simon, you were 3 out, you're on +13. But you can, believe it or not,
still win
this quiz.
I can still win.
And all will be revealed now because Matt will be going first on the final guess. You'll then know that the difference is 11 between you. So you need to guess 12 either side of Matt's guess, basically, if you want to try and win. If it's anything less, then you're still going to lose. So 12 either side, have a stab at it. You could win. Depends what he guesses, really. I mean...
It depends how ridiculous this question is as well.
Well, you know I like to end on a random one, Matt.
Yeah.
You're going first. It's a game released on this date, the 16th of May. The game is called NBFO. What was the year?
I hate these game ones. Honestly, he
NBFO.
finds the most ridiculous game. What was that banana one? Was it like
Listen,
Banana Slasher or something like that?
I can sense that you might be stalling to Google.
No.
The Quizler's already got a guess in 1994.
NBFO.
NBFO.
Is that it? NBFO?
One thing I can't confirm if that was an O or a 0, the letter O or a 0. Who knows? I don't think it's going to make a difference.
It's a racing game, right? Like Wipeout.
Is it?
Maybe.
Don't give too much away.
Yeah, don't give it away, Sire. This could be yours. I can't reveal what console it was on.
1995, and I'm going to regret throwing that number out there.
I think you're close.
Do you think so?
I think you're close. Yeah.
NBFO. What could that be?
For what I have in my head.
So bear in mind, Si,
it's not much.
You can go 12 either side. You could 12 earlier or 12 later, either or. You've got some scope there.
I've got a number in my head without chat's help, and I can, like, for some reason picture it in my head. I'm probably completely off, but I feel like it was either an N64 game or a PS1 game, and oh no, because PS1 was PS1 released then. I'm gonna go 1994. Yeah, I'm gonna go 1994.
You know, you only won. That means you won't win.
Oh, I have to go like full
I'm not
out.
saying you.
Well, you don't have to.
You don't have to, but then ultimately, if you're bang on, you'll still lose.
You could take the risk of sort of 83 or 2007 because that would then give you a chance of, or a bit more than that, that'd give you a chance of winning.
Oh my god, we'll go 87. Why not?
No, it'd have to be more than that.
It'll have to be more than that.
So what years, just to help him out, James, what years would mean he won?
So it would need to be 12. So you'd need to be 1983. Were computers even around then? Or 2005, 2007.
They ran on coal.
Or 2007.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. I don't think I'm going to win. 2007.
Okay.
Go 2007. We'll just go all the way up the other way. It's 1994 though. It's got to be.
Sure. I'm intrigued
like
to see where this game is.
Okay.
Dude, if it's 2007, I'm going to die. I won't die, by the way, just a disclaimer. But
okay. I can reveal that MBFO was released today, 2023.
What?
On the PC. And therefore, Matt, you were 28 out and go up to plus 30. Simon, you were 16 out and you go up to 29. And therefore,
So you won.
The winner of this game.
I gotta look this up. What is it? MBFO?
On the PC.
No way.
It's 89p on Steam, apparently.
Have you just looked?
That is ridiculous. All right, okay. What a
So you won.
question.
So you won,
yeah.
So you won.
So ridiculous.
Well,
that is the point of the quiz.
That is the anniversary spread. And, well, Simon, you have now just equalised for the series. So it's now 1 to the guests and 1 to Matt. So congrats.
Well done,
and that is how the
done.
game works, Matt. You know it can pull up
done.
surprises. You mentioned one earlier. Was it Banana Man?
Oh, no, it was Banana something,
World.
But yeah,
I could go back
was
through the
some
history.
obscure stream game.
I'll tell you, we had Step Up 2, The Streets. That was a finale one week. Jambo, you seen that one?
Yeah.
Frogs versus Storks. That was another one.
Frogs versus Storks. Yeah, that was a highlight. Definitely.
Banana Hell.
Banana Hell. That was it.
Banana Hell, where Martin, Sonic's Comics, who's I've seen he's in the chat, so he's definitely here. He guessed 1979. It came out in 2020. So, these things happen. And they happen for a reason, Simon, and you are the success of this week's show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we knew it was going to happen that way anyway, so
Exactly.
it's fine. Thanks, everyone, for supporting
Thank
me.
you. Yeah, thank you for
believing in me.
In the chat. Yeah. And listen, before we wrap up this evening, Simon, thank you so much for joining this evening. We've overrun a little bit on the episode, but it's been a great chat, and I feel like there's so much more, Matt, and I'm sure you'll agree that we can explore with Simon, especially this quiz that he's going to get us to do at some point as well. But it's been a pleasure having you on, mate.
Cheers. Thanks, guys. It's been not as painful. A little bit. It's all right. It's been a good time.
Good.
Matt, have you got anything to end the show on?
I have put a link to your Instagram in the thing down below. Is there anywhere else that we can find you, or you would want people to find you?
Home address at all?
Room. Yeah, your number, like anything like that.
Bank card details?
I think I'm all right, to be fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
Good man. Well, we'll be back next week, and we'll reveal some spoilers of who's going to be joining us throughout the week. But until then, make sure you check out our extra show on Friday when that's released. But until then, thank you for joining us. Thank you to everyone new in the chat as well. It's been great that Simon has brought his fans along with us as well, and hopefully you'll be around next week to see us again. There you go.
Next time, MBFO on stream.
We'll do a full review of it. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, guys. We'll see you next time.
Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe on your favorite service. Past and future episodes can be found on all major streaming platforms, including Amazon, Apple, Google, Spotify, and YouTube. You can also contact James and Matt via Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. They will return in the next This Week in Metropolis.